chasing. Said I never leave, I never leave, oh. As long as she needs me, oh. So much I've seen, great friends I've known, but no place I've been peaceful, like the way she sings.
Let's start over. Get started now. Why are you running from your own crowd? Where are you going? What you plan to do when you reach that age, girl? Oh, all you know. You can go, just don't leave me. 'Cause I don't know how I'm still breathing. Oh, 'cause you can go, just don't leave me. 'Cause I need to feel your heart beating. Sunset somewhere, somehow I can feel you. Somewhere I'm with you. Maybe, oh maybe you'll find something for you. Somebody feels like I am alone. You can go, just don't leave me. Just don't leave me. 'Cause I need to feel your heart beating. 'Cause if you find it, don't ever leave me. If you find it, don't ever leave me. If you find it, don't ever leave me alone.
You like mountains, I like mountains. Let them take us where they lead. You love good food, I love good food. Let's run off to New Orleans. We can make it if we leave soon. We can make it by tonight. Spin a few times on the dance floor. Then we'll watch the full moon rise. We'll circle the globe just to watch the show.
The walls we used to share. Are you holding on? 'Cause I am getting scared. That I'm not strong enough to say goodbye. Don't know if I'll survive. I don't wanna let you go.
Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, USA. How are you guys today? Let's go ahead and get started early for once instead of getting started late. Give me a second here. Boom, kill the image. Turn on the video. Hey, everybody. There we go. How you guys doing this morning? Got 2 of you watching. Hopefully got more people joining later. This is the Fox with Stocks show. And if you guys have any questions about trading, if you have any trade ideas you want to look at, we mostly focus on the options strategies called the wheel. The option strategy called the wheel. So if you don't know what that is, you don't know how it works, if you have any questions on that, let me know. Happy to go over that with you. Today's hot topic is trading for cash or trading for stocks. Yeah, so when I first got into this, I certainly thought, the goal is to get more cash, make more money, more money. That seems like that would be the goal for trading, but with things going on the way they are going on, and the more I've been trading, the more I have this idea that maybe instead of trading for cash, maybe I want to trade to get more stocks in companies that I like, and let that be the goal. See, cash is a depreciating asset, kind of like buying a car or a boat or a house. Cash depreciates over time, and if you put your money into stocks of a good company, it should go up over time. So maybe instead of trading for cash, maybe we should start thinking about, well, how do I trade to get more shares? Good morning, Rashid. How are you? Good to see you again. So I pulled up some news articles today in regards to inflation to try and figure out what they think is the real numbers. Because you see, I'm not living in the US anymore, in case you're not aware. I live in Bali, Indonesia, and I can't say that I've really seen or experienced much price inflation here. By the way, if I'm talking a bit weird today, I just got my braces tightened. Had a brace that fell off, got that removed, and they tightened it. And I've been having a lot of back pain today. So I'm sorry if I trip over my words or slow down even more than usual. But anyway, I don't live in the US, so although I see the funny memes around the lumber pricing going up, and we all know that they're printing a lot of money, which should cause, obviously, inflation to go up, because as you print more money and add more supply to the market, that lowers our buying costs, because, hey, there's more dollars to buy the same amount of goods. So basic supply and demand curve. But what people may not want to, or maybe not that they don't want to, but what they may not understand is that there's some time dilution to this. If the Fed prints a bunch of money and gives it to Halliburton, it doesn't just mean inflation hits everywhere at the same time. Halliburton gets to spend the money, then their employees spend the money, then those banks and employees spend the money, and eventually it filters out to the rest of the world, and then we feel the inflation later. So whoever has the money first still has full buying power. But we've gone through multiple rounds of QE, which you have to do. I actually don't even think it's that bad per se when you have negative growth rate, when you have when you have less people being born and entering the workforce than you do retiring and leaving the workforce and dying. When I do air quotes for dying, and dying, then you're going to have negative GDP for your country. You're going to have negative services, negative goods produced. You're going to have negative problems, which causes the stock market to go down. You have more and more people taking money out of the stock market for their retirement than putting money into the stock market for retirement, which is why we end up solving it just the same way that Japan solved it with QE, quantitative easing. So maybe dirty, because inflation steals money from all of us, and it steals money from what you earn, what you have, and what your kids will earn and have. So it's the invisible bad tax. But when you have a negative birth rate, high, not enough people entering the workforce and too many people leaving the workforce, what is the better solution? I don't know. Okay. If you have a better solution, let me know. I'm interested in talking about it. But what I wanted to come out and do is see some other figures on what the inflation is. So it says used cars are up 29. Is that percent? Seems like a lot. Furniture up 8%. Washing and drying machines, for some reason, up 27%. Someone explain that to me. Says beef and pork is up 11% over the year. And I was reading another article that says that there is going to be a massive beef and pork shortage. And that a lot of the U.S. beef and pork is being sent to China. China, a couple years ago or last year, I don't remember, had a pork shortage. They had some sort of swine flu that wiped out a lot of their livestock, and then they bought more from the U.S. and would probably continue to do so. So what does this mean for your food prices, especially if you eat beef and pork? Airfare says it's up, but it was down 11% previously. So somehow they're still saying 5% overall inflation, and that's a lot for a year. I think 2% is more normal. And this is a publicly available number, right? I, for years, have been saying that real inflation is 5%, not 2%, because if you look at what the U.S. government puts out for inflation, they do not include things like gas, wheat, eggs, dairy. Those things used to be on, but I believe either Bush or Clinton administration, they took those things off of the inflation index, which doesn't make sense because we didn't stop using gas, we didn't stop using eggs and milk and cheese and yogurt and ice cream, so those things should be included if it's part of your normal diet. So anyway, this brings me back around to my point. Should we be trading for cash, or should we be actually trading to try and generate more stocks? So that's what I'm going to be doing. Actually, and by the way, I need to update this. We have over 200 subscribers now. Yay! We now have over 200 subscribers. Thank you, guys. Do be sure to keep sharing this with your friends, family. Hit that like button, subscribe, bell, all that other silly stuff, right? I can take that slide out. But anyway, what I've been thinking about doing in my portfolio, and we'll probably start doing from now on, is taking the premiums that I earn every month, and instead of letting it just grow the cash account, I'm going to try and divert some number, maybe 50%, to some long-term buy and hold stocks like Tesla, genomics, ARK, ETF, those sort of things. Still going to focus on growth stocks, maybe getting into more minerals. Actually, it reminds me I want to check out CLF today. Okay, I've got a list of stocks I want us to go through. But instead of just trading for more and more cash, which I was doing to build up my wheel account, maybe I should start taking more and more to stocks. See, I have multiple accounts. I have one account that's pretty much all Tesla. My IRA is mostly all Tesla. And then I have the wheel, and then I had another option strategy which I've discontinued, not because it didn't work, but because I think it worked, but it might have worked because of COVID. I don't know if it would work again this year at the same rate, and there's not much ways to manage it. Once you're in, you're in. Anyway, I do want to recommend you guys go check out sens.org. That is a non-profit organization that helps us cure aging. It's no point in getting super rich and you can't take it with you. So let's actually do something useful for the money that we make. Let's extend our life. Let's give to sens.org and keep that money going, and then so that you can just live longer and your family can live longer. And even if you don't want to live longer, what about your kids? What about your grandparents? What about just aging healthier and being much healthier in your old age? Well, sens.org is going to help you do that. So we need to support them. It is a nonprofit organization. They do spin-off products. They have been successful. They've been around since at least 2005. I keep overestimating. They've been around since at least 2005. So do check them out. Other thing to check out, especially this week, is the optionsoracle.com. Why do I say this week? Because they will have a newsletter next Monday. So on the 21st. So if you sign up today or anytime this week, they have a 30-day free trial. You'll get that newsletter. You'll be able to put on those positions on Monday, and then you can use that money to pay for, your lifestyle and to purchase the newsletter. The newsletter is $97 a month. I've used it for over a year. I like it. It adds positions that I might not have found by myself. So do check it out. They've been running the wheel since 2009. Go check them out. That's, again, theoptionsoracle.com. All right, with that said, let's jump in. I've done my handy-dandy scanner, and I've picked out some stocks that I want to look at. But before we get to that, I think it's CLF. Yep, Cleveland Cliffs. These guys mine iron ore in the U.S., They had a massive run up. I did already successfully sell a covered put, a cash secured put. Would have been here somewhere around April, May, so it would have been around this $18, $20 mark. Actually, let's bring it up. Give me just a second here, boys and girls. And let me know while I take this short break, where are you guys from? And do you trade full-time? Do you trade full-time for a living? How much of your income do you make with trading, or are you still in a growth phase? Let me know where you're from and how much do you trade? Is it full-time? Is it part-time? That's the question for today while we wait for this to load up. And do be sure to join the live chat room. It's more interesting, it's more fun when you guys are a part of this. Okay? I do read them. I do read the comments as well. Very active. Okay, let's jump into this. Let's check that CLF. So CLF, I opened a position for 82 cents. That was on, where's the date? 5/24. So last month, May. It was going to expire on the 18th. And that was a $17 put, so I could have wrote it all the way out. But it shot up, so I closed it early. You see here, I closed it early just in 3 days. And I got over 50% of my profit in 3 days. So instead of making $82 in a month, I made, what is this, about $40, $50 in 3 days. And I only did one position. I should have done more, but that's how it goes. Now it's currently trading at 24.44, and I want to see if there's any positions we can take on this CLF. Because I like the sector. Let's see, we can see earnings are coming out July 29th. We can get 39 days. Let's look at the 32 first. By the way, if any of this is confusing to you, you don't understand what the heck is Bud looking at, let me know in the chat as we can explain what cash secured puts and what these charts are and what Tastyworks is and all that other good stuff. Speaking of Tastyworks, I do have a referral link down below in the description. So if you don't have a Tastyworks account and you want to get one, check it out and that would help us. Okay, so looking at this, and you might have noticed if you're watching, I use the max loss instead of the strike, which gives us a return on risk, which is just a different calculation than the normal ROI, or return on capital, return on risk. Okay, if I sell the $1.08 at the $22 strike, we'll make obviously $108 per contract, which works out to 5.1.5%. 5.1. So almost 5.2%, and that's in 32 days. We'll have a break-even price of 20.92. Not nearly as good as that $17 put that I sold earlier, but as long as inflation keeps up, then we're going to need a lot more iron. We're building a lot of cars with Tesla. I'm not sure how much iron they use, but you need iron and stainless steel. They are doing the Cybertruck. Cybertrucks should use a lot of stainless steel, and it's going to use a lot of iron, as well as other things that we use, obviously, iron for. All right, but let me think about the other calculation. We'd be looking at a break-even of 20.92, currently trading at 24.14, 18, whatever. That does give us a 13% downside protection and a 5% return. If we go another dollar out, we will instead get 70, we'll get 75, we'll get 75 cents at 20.27. That's 3.7% return, so we lose 1.25%, a little bit more than that, 1.4%. But then we have a break even of 20.27 versus 24.29 right now, which gives us 16.5. Kind of actually like the other one better. What number did we say before? We're looking at 65 cent difference. 20.92, 24, 25. So looking at 13 versus 16%. right, we're going to think about that one. And we're going to continue looking. But we're definitely thinking about this one. All right, moving on. Waiter Holdings, WTRH. This is a food delivery company. Operates online ordering technology platform in the U.S. It's Waiter and Bite Squad mobile applications. Never heard of those, except for when I looked at the stock previously, but I've never used those. Provide delivery, carry-out, and dine-in options connecting restaurants, drivers, and diners. 20,000 restaurants in their app, 700 cities on the platform. Started in 2013. Obviously competing against Grub, Uber, DoorDash, and all those other companies. I have no idea if this is better or worse in terms of user experience with the app. I'm here again in Bali. We have a company called Gojek, which is merging with the Amazon of Indonesia called Tokopedia. So you have Gojek and Tokopedia making a company called GoTo, however you pronounce it. No, you cannot know my information. Snazzy, sharp-looking website. Anyway, let me know in the chat, let me know in the live chat or the comments, have you ever used the Waiter app? Also, what was it called? Bite Squad? But yeah, Bite Squad. Let me know if you've ever used Waiter or Bite Squad mobile applications. Did you like it? Was this a good company, good experience? Let me know if you're trading on this company. The reason I brought them up is it did pop up in our scanner. You can get 5% in 32 days at the $2 bid, but it's currently trading at $2.29. I think I'm going to pass personally because I don't know enough about the company and I don't like super low cost stocks. But if you're interested in something, this is one of the ones that you could look at. Maybe you know more about it, especially the product, the user experience, etc. But you can make 5% in 32 days as long as it stays above $2. So moving to our next one, Loop Industries. I don't think I've seen this one before. Basic materials and chemicals. Okay, I like that. It's not a tech industry. I love tech. Okay, that's actually the problem. My portfolio has too much tech. Okay, actually, Loop Industries, a technology company, focuses on depolymerizing waste polyethylene terephthalate, PET, plastics, and polyester fibers into base building blocks. It polymerized monomers into virgin quality PET plastic for use in food grade plastic packaging, such as plastic bottles for water and carbonated soft drinks. Okay, depolymerizing, no idea what that means. Anyway, carpets, clothing, and other polyester textiles. It's been around since 2010, based in Canada, so it's in Montreal. All right, let's check them out. Oh, not much information. Okay, no, it's because it's defaulting to the cryptocurrency, which I do not care about in online. Oh, insider ownership is still really high. That jumps out at me, 63%. That's good for us because they should drive up the price of the stock. It is way above its previous trading range. It's had a previous spike before. It did not hold it before, and it's not holding it now. As this thing jumped up to 14 and then came crashing back down to 11. But its previous range is about 8 to 9. And if we look at the option here, it is a $10 bid with a 65-cent, $10 put with a 65-cent bid, which means you will be right at the top of the previous trading range. Obviously, in a perfect world, we'd want to sell a put at 7 or below, or at least 8 or below, so that we're below that previous trading range. Did earnings come out? Earnings come out July 14th, exactly 30 days from now. This company has been losing money all year and has been losing money since 2019 at the very least. They have 35 million cash on hand. It's a Canadian company, so yes, that is 35, not 350 million. Total liabilities is 10 million to 43 in assets. That's about 25%. That's fine, but they lose 36, 14, and 17 million a year. They're losing 14 million a quarter, so they can survive 3 quarters on cash before they have a problem. They can survive only 3 to 4 quarters before they have to raise debt, sell shares, etc., etc. Now they have 25% debt ratio, so that's not too bad. This might be a company to look at later and see it play out for a couple of days. So let's go ahead and add this to our watch list. And let's let it play out a little bit before we jump into it, because it was still on a massive decline. Well, let me know if you guys have traded this company, if you know anything about it, or if you're in Montreal, as I enter in some information into our handy dandy watch list. We're not getting any Q revenue reports, which is weird because this company is old enough to have them. So not a brand new publicly listed traded company, right? It's been listed since at least January 2016, big pop up in 2017. It is traded on the NASDAQ. It's not just an OTC stock. It's got options on it. I would expect to see more information is all I'm saying. Anyway, liabilities 10.5, assets 43.4. Gives you right at, like I said, the 25%. We only give them a runway of about 3 months. That's not good. And earnings are July 14th, exactly 30 days. So that's one of the things we looked at today, but I'm going to take a pass until I see any other. Well, actually, let's look at the news for it real quick. That's fourth quarter of fiscal year. June 1st, they came out with their 2021 fiscal year results. Obviously, a class action lawsuit. All public companies have a class action lawsuit against them. I don't see any other major news. From 2018, I'm going to quickly read through this article here. Talks about plastic in bottles. Oh, you're behind a paywall. All right. So they got some important letter from the FDA called a no objection letter. So they're making 100% recycled plastic bottles. That's actually a good thing. So they're converting an old plant into a demonstration and training facility, so it helps with their PR and training. They ordered new equipment. It's going to be installed at the end of 2021 for their polymerization equipment. And they got FDA approval for using their process to make plastics that will come into food contact. All those things sound really good for them. All right, moving on. We've added it to our watch list. Currently it's 9:08. We've got about 22 minutes before the market opens. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any trades that you're looking to put on, let me know. Happy to do the research with you. Workhorse is a company that I was really excited in and was trading last year. but then decided to stop trading it in December as they had that big catalyst event coming out, and was happy to get out of the way of that moving truck, even though they did have this major pop in February when they almost got that United States Postal Service contract. You would have owned shares about $41 if you bought then, and currently be trading at $15. So it's on a bit of a rebound, and it's popped up again. Cohen says no catalyst going forward. Now, Workhorse, they are in the electric truck manufacturing as well as drone manufacturing, and they have some important drone patents. But that was not why they popped in stock price. Everyone expected them to get the USPS contract, and then they didn't. And a massive income here, and then a massive loss. We've looked at this a few times. As you can see here on our handy dandy watch list, they didn't have enough runway. They have earnings come out on the 10th of August. That was the biggest issue, though. They just didn't have enough cash on hand. If you're losing 120 a month and you only have 205 in cash, you're going to run out very quickly. Alright, moving on. I don't see any news that they raised cash or anything, so I'm going to skip them. Bitcoin is back up again. We're getting closer to 40,000 now. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at it. Oh, never mind. I stand corrected. A couple hours ago, it was getting close to 40,000. We are now over 40,000 at 40,296, up 12% in the last 24 hours. Okay, that bodes well for Riot. They're a Bitcoin mining company. I have not entered the information for them, so let's go ahead and do that now. Currently trading at 33.48. They are at a previous, well, they're out of the high 20s again and back up into the 30s. The highest they've been is 68. Looks like a bit of a downtrend, but I think this could be a reversal, but it really depends on Bitcoin. Anyway, quarter-over-quarter revenue is 872%, year-over-year 322%. The good news about these companies versus trading in Bitcoin directly is you can do options on them, and they are profitable above $6,000 per Bitcoin. So you're not really taking too much risk. You're just risking strike price, but you're still in a good company. That's 872. And then let's just say 300 because the difference doesn't matter. Let's see their cash on hand and their asset to liabilities. See, look at this asset to liabilities, guys. If you guys were doubting this, $8 million in debt versus $375 in cash on hand. That is a 2, not 20. That is a 2% debt ratio. 2%. 2. Single digit. All right. Show me other great companies that have that type of debt ratio. And look at this cash on hand. They are profitable. They've been profitable for the last 2 quarters. 241 million cash on hand. They not profitable the last 3 years. Okay, but the most they lost was 58 million. If they lost 58 million in 2018 when Bitcoin was really low, remember 2018, 2019 Bitcoin was below 10,000. At some points below 5,000 and 6,000. Okay, so that's operating at a loss. Okay, and then they've been installing and buying new equipment, and they still have 223 cash. So even if at their worst point ever, they still had 4 quarters of runway. And if you look at them now, you could say they have infinite quarters because they are positive, or you say go ahead and lose what you lost last year. Lose 12 million a quarter. That gives you close to 20 quarters. Right? So they've got 20 quarters worth of runway. That is fantastic. And then let's see if they have earnings. Earnings come out somewhere between August 9th and 13th. So yeah, if I was going to do a trade, I would do that one. But let's compare it to Mara here in a second. Whatever we do right, we want to always compare it to Mara. Come on, where's right? There we go. You can open that up, but you can get 10% in 32 days on Riot. That would give you a break even of 25, about 26, about break even of 26. I will probably put that trade on after we get done looking at Mara though. I gotta look at Mara if I'm gonna do Riot. Mara's at 28. Similar story, big pop in March. Looks like they're on a downtrend, but this could be the start of a reversal. Revenue is a much better percentage. 14x and 7x versus the previous one. So basically double the revenue versus Riot. Why is this blocked out here? What happened here? Is somebody else in my sheet? Anyway, not sure what's going on there. Sorry, distracted. All right, debt ratio. Again, 3 million in liabilities versus 686 in assets. I know they are spending a bunch of money on new equipment and new sites and takeover of other companies, but that is less than 1% debt ratio, guys. I mean, what else do you want to see in numbers? Okay, they lose a lot less money as well as Riot. Riot was at 60. 3 years ago they lost 12, then 3, then 10. They have 141 in cash. Well, sorry, they have 211 in cash now. So let's just assume that they go back to losing 12. Again, you've got a runway of close to 20, not quite 20. 17 quarters, which is plenty. And when do their earnings come out? That's the big question now. 12th of August. So right around the same time. So, all things equal, I would do Mara over Riot. Or you could do both. But you both have, either way you'd have exposure to Bitcoin. So, probably not much reason to do both. But look at that, you're getting an APR of 112%. You get a little bit extra on the Riot, but you're probably getting a better company in Mara. And that gives you 15% downside protection. You get 22% downside protection and still get 6% return. So this is more of a question of how much, what is the risk, what is your tolerance for Bitcoin exposure? Because that's, either way in either company, that's what you're getting. I'm going to look at putting this one on. So that is July 16th, and that is a $25 bid, July 16th. $25 bid. It's only a couple out of the money, but it looks like we're up in the pre-market. We're up in the aftermarket. Anyway. There's a 10-cent spread on this, so I don't think I need to undershoot it anymore. With Bitcoin going up as much as it has, this could gap up a bit, so I'm going to come in at 2.4. Actually, I'm going to undercut it. It's going to give me $240 for every contract, risking $2,260. Obviously, well, let's do the math on that real quick. 240, 2260, that is a 10.5% return. in 32 days. Now the question is, how much risk do I want? How many contracts do I want? Let's go ahead and put on 3 contracts. Make sure I've got some privacy. It's going to tie up half my buying power on my main wheeling account, but I want that $700. So that's working. Wish me luck. If you want to follow, that was the Mara July 16th $25 put. And just so you know, I'm not going in totally blind. I do watch a lot of YouTube videos on other people who trade Bitcoin stocks, and this is one of their favorite companies. And he's a very smart guy out of Canada, does a ton of research, and he used to be an electrical engineer. I like listening to engineers analyze companies. Space is another one that came up on my sheet. You can get 8.5% in 25 days at the $32 put, but that's not probably where I would want to sell it. They are pumping after they successfully had their test flight, after the pushbacks in December and February, and now Richard Branson is trying to beat Bezos in the space, so he's set to go up in space July 4th. And also Blue Origin creates a positive byproduct effect. Blue Origin sold a $28 million seat on being on their first shuttle, first flight into space. So that makes the reason that's good for Virgin Galactic is it shows the world that, hey, people are willing to pay a lot of money for this service, and there's a lot of demand for this because this person's paid $28 million in an auction to be on one of the first ones. I'd want to be on one of the last ones. I don't want to be on the first one. That seems more and more dangerous. But hey, you get a lot more cred if you're in the first ones. Cash on hand is a little scary, but debt ratio is below 50%. Not the best. Not the best financials. They basically have about, well, they look like they have about one more year before they be in serious issues of raising money. And they got Richard Branson on their side, and Chamath again if they want him. I have no doubt that they could raise money again. I do like the company. I made this play though. I should have made it 2 weeks ago. I should have made it as they had their big boost. I've got a few open positions on them. Those still have time on them. Looking here, I sold it for $2.76, currently at 36 cents. But that's a $21 put and $23 $50 put. Don't know if I want to open up another $30 put when I've got those. And I've got those. I got buy to close orders on those at 5 cents on them on the option. We got 7 minutes before the bell. See if anything new has happened with Tilray. Next earnings date is August 9th. We're still at 50% debt ratio. We're still losing money. Don't think much has changed on this except the stock price. It was down to 13, 15, etc. And now it's back up to almost 20. I don't think I have any more positions open on Tilray. I think those all expired in my favor. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to hold off on Tilray. What gives me the best cost basis? You can still get 5% on space selling the $27 put. Gives you a cost basis of $25.70. That's pretty good compared to where its price is now. All right, that's a $27 put on the July 16th. Earnings come out August 2nd. The big launch comes on July 4th, though. If we put this on, I'd want to close it before July 4th. If you open this up June 14th, I'd want to close it before the shuttle goes into space. So actually, with that in mind, I feel like I should reach farther out, because we're going to close it early anyway. There's no 90-day option available. That's a shame. We were looking at the 27, I believe. 27 for $1.30. If you go further out, you get an extra 50 cents. There's a 30-cent spread in there. You can probably get 190. I'm okay with owning more shares. I am bullish on space and Virgin Galactic and space exploration and stuff long term. And Richard Branson got a lot of power, a lot of publicity, a lot of fame behind him, and the ability to raise capital and start businesses. So I'm going to come in at 190 and try and get 2 of them. Don't want to tie up all that buying power in one account. I need to converge these accounts. I need to put these accounts together. I don't use them separately anymore anyway. Alright, so I've got that active. Problem is, you go negative in your buying power, you can't even roll properly or close early, even though you're going to be doing what's right for the account and keeping it healthy. Anyway, 4 minutes before the bell, I've put on 2 trades, if you're following me. Okay. That means you've opened up a couple trades too, and you've made hundreds and hundreds of dollars, hopefully. Alright. Guys, we've only got 3 minutes before the bell. Let me know what trades you guys are looking at. I haven't heard anybody else talk in the chat room besides Rashid. Hopefully that means I'm doing a great job and you guys are trying to keep up. But I do want to remind you, check out theoptionsoracle.com. They have a 30-day free trial. Their next newsletter comes out next Monday. So you sign up now, and then you get the free trades on Monday. If you like it, you make money, and then you use the money you made to pay for the membership, guys. So do go check them out. It's freaking awesome. I've been using them for over a year, so I do recommend them, and I've used them. You know, I'm not just recommending something that I've never used or heard of, you know. And then the other thing, check out sends.org. It's a nonprofit. You can donate money there. Get rich with me. Let's donate money. Let's at least extend our healthy living. You don't want to get to be 60, 70, 80 years old, have all your joints falling apart, Alzheimer's, and everything else that comes with age. These guys are working not on creating therapeutics to sell you money while treating the pain. They're not trying to treat the symptoms. They're trying to cure the cause, okay? You want to live forever? Donate here. You want to live longer and healthier? Donate here. Go at least check them out. Open it up, bookmark it for me. Sends.org and theoptionsoracle.com. Sends.org, optionsoracle.com. We've only got 2 minutes before the bell. Let me know what stock you guys are looking at. Other one I want to go look at is CLF. I want to go back and look at that one again, and then I'll jump on our watch list and see if there's anything on there that I want to go check out again. We were looking at the 108 at the 22 on CLF. It's $108 for every 2,000. That's not nearly as much as what we were getting on Mara and Riot, but it puts us into a mining sector, iron ore sector, rather than tech and space and Bitcoin sector. $1.08 versus 22. Still a 5% return, guys. Still a 5% return in 32 days on CLF. Let's bring up their chart. Obviously trending up. They're pretty much at an all-time high. I don't like that. That's scary. Want more sectors. Want more sectors, guys. All right, on our watch list. I'll tell you what I'm working on next. Besides just option, guys, is I like the food and beverage industry, CELH, and what was the other one? There's at least one more, and NBEV. CELH and NBEV have had huge growth, huge earnings. They keep showing up in my options report. So what I've started to do is I've started to come in and look at all of the other food and beverage stocks. That's the opening bell. As I've been opening up the food and beverage stocks to compare them against other food and beverage companies, and I'm thinking about doing some long short positions. Long short, so I'm buying the stock while shorting another stock. So I want to find the worst food and beverage companies. If you guys have any tips, Mara got filled just now, and Space got filled. So our positions got filled today. I got filled for closing Mara, not opening Mara. So my 5-cent put, at the $21 put, finally got bought back for 4 cents. That's fantastic. But our opening one did not open. We tried to open at $2.40, now it's $1.60. I undershot it by 10 cents, but still didn't get it. But we got Space filled right at the money $1.90s where I went in at. Got 2 of them filled on the $27 put. Could still do the CLF if I wanted to, but they're at an all-time high. I don't like that. Virgin Galactic is only down 10 cents, pretty much still the same as where they were before. Now Space, Virgin Galactic, I expect the news and the hype to keep getting pumped up until the 4th, then they'll launch, they'll go into space. If it's a big success, that'll be more positive news, but probably the time to sell stocks if you have it, or at least consider buy the rumor, sell the news. But if it's successful, it's also the start of a launch of a major industry. All right, but here's what I'm doing. I'm going through, and there's about 30 food and beverage companies I got to look at, but I'm going to compare all of these to the 2 that I'm targeting, which is NBEV and CELH. Okay. Excuse me. And I want to see if these companies are actually good. If they're really good compared to their sector. And by doing this, I've found other companies to look at, like Reed and stuff like this, that might be worth looking at. There might be better companies to trade. So I want to go long on one of these food and beverage companies, and I want to go short on the worst companies that I can find in the sector. And this way I balance out. I have no market risk because we don't know what the market's going to do over the next 12 months. I have no sector risk because I have long and short in the same sector. And so then I just have pure parity on the companies. And I got a balance for the beta. But if I do this properly, then if I pick the right companies and one company goes up, I'll make a bunch of money. If they both go up, nothing happens. If they both go down, nothing happens. But in the best case scenario, if the company I picked goes up and the company I shorted goes down, I'll make double the money. I'll cut my risk in half. Actually, I cut my risk, hopefully, well, it's still companies, right? But I'll cut my risk significantly. No market risk, no sector risk, no beta risk, right? So I'm cutting off risk and I'm doubling my potential profit. And it should be really good. But this takes a bit of work. And I'm a bit lazy here in Bali. Plus I got sick last week, which did not help. I've had massive migraines and congestion all last week. And my buddy got it too. And I quickly, every day, went to the ocean, got lots of sun, got lots of salt water up in my sinuses. And that definitely helped clear it out. And he is still sick, so he's going to start going to the beach and do what I did now. One of the benefits of living close to the beach, it is really good for clearing out your sinuses when you get a cold. You got to reset the biome of all that bacteria that's building up and making you sick, because they are benefiting off of whatever is going on in your body. They've gotten a stranglehold. It's kind of like a cartel. They've gotten the massive quantity of the bacteria buddies versus your good bacteria, and so you want to flush it. You want to get as much change to your biome as you can and knock that cold out as fast as possible. Anyway, that's what I've been dealing with, so I'm a bit behind, but those are the companies I'm interested in doing a long short on, NBev and CELH versus other food and beverage. I want to find the worst food and beverage companies I can find. Alright, let's see if we can manage some positions. Sage is still well above our $50 put. We got 45 days left to go, but it's still got $1 worth of time value on it, so we're letting that decay away. Rigel, we own the shares, selling covered call. MU, we've got a $75 put. That is getting really close to our 5-cent close. Well, we're only going to be able to close it 4 days early, so I'm going to change this to a penny. Am I? Yeah, let's change it to a penny. When I did the analysis, this was a really strong company in terms of financials. So I'm going to replace this order, drop that down, we'll put it at 2 pennies. There we go. It's only got 4 days left on it now. I was trying to close it a little bit earlier at a nickel. Geo, we own the shares. We're going to let those get taken away. I'd rather have the cash. Tomorrow we closed out some of our position. We got working for positions and we got 300 shares. It says we're at break even, but that doesn't count the premium that I've gotten selling puts on those. Kodak, I'm happy to finally let that go. I have a bunch of Kodak shares, 500 shares I bought at different prices as it was skyrocketing up. I was selling puts and expected to close early, but IV crush worked against me. It was IV inflation locked me in. And then they had that bad news about improprietary trading. Excuse me. But hopefully, well, maybe it won't. We got 4 days left on it. Now it's below the $10 call. That'd be fine. I'll sell it again. I'm also happy if it gets called away and I can use that cash someplace else. Space puts, 25 days, 32 days, 46 days. We've got multiple positions open. All of them are doing fantastic. Even the one we opened, we can close it right now for 30 cents out of $1.90. We got lucky on that. Well, I say that. That's not true. There's a huge spread. $1.60 to $1.95. We might close it early for 77 cents. But I'm happy to let that one keep working. I don't need to try and scalp it. You guys let me know. Hey, you guys let me know in the live chat how I can make this channel better. What do you guys want to see? What do you want to hear? You guys are making a ton of money on value off of me. I don't know what else you guys want. AI has been a bit rocky. I thought this was a great company, but it was actually a bit rocky for a bit, but it's now above our puts. Still got 32 days left on them. I don't know if I rolled any of those forward. I'd have to check. I don't have the best memory in the world. Poly, which was Plantronics before, we got assigned the shares. We sold the $35 call. Now it's way above it, so that's great. He says, not enthusiastically. That's okay. I didn't really expect to get assigned, and then somehow we got assigned on those shares. ARCG continues to climb and get close to our covered call. I'd rather hold the shares on ARCG. I like that ETF. BNGO, we sold puts at 5 and 7. It's at 7.89. Those are going great. The 5 is getting close to being taken out at a nickel with still 32 days. 32 days early on a 50-day contract. That'll be fantastic if that goes through soon. Voozy turned out to be a loser. Disney's been doing great. We sold the 165 put, now it's at 178. Could close for 50% profit 67 days early. You should actually consider that. You're supposed to do it. That's my strategy. If you get greater than the weekly percentages, Or basically, if in 25% of the time you get 50% of the profit, I close early. If you get 50% of the profit, 75% of the profit and 50% of the time, then you should close early. So here I should close early. We're less than 1/3 of the time, and I've already got 50% of the profit. I should close early. It's only a couple $100 though. NBEV, I do have 100 shares of that. Says my trade price is $234, but I'm not sure if that takes my premium into account. Right, it's up $5. Whew. Glad I'm holding those shares. Those shares are free, by the way. Pay no attention to those trade price indicators. I sold lots of contracts to get those free shares that I bought. Or actually I got assigned. But I sold a lot of deep out of the money puts to get those. Tesla's back up $13. That's a significant gain today. They keep going up $5, $10 in the market. Sorry, pre-market and opening, and then they keep closing at a loss, and they keep going close to 600. I only care about that because I got too much margin on them. Data. I'm in at $3.33. I'm just buying and holding those, and now I've doubled my money. That's fantastic. I think I actually sold some to cover already. I wish I had a better memory, guys. You guys sell me your memory? Maybe I didn't. Felt like I closed some of that early. Data. I sold two $50 puts, and I bought shares at $3.33. I sold puts, I sold calls, I sold calls, I sold calls, and then all those just expired. So I'm just sitting pretty on those. Look at all that credit, guys. $1.50, close to $2, over $2, $2.30, $2.45. I'm almost free, right? I'm almost free on my Data shares, and now they're at $7 a piece. I really like the company, so that's why I stopped selling covered calls. So I actually I don't want them to get called away. Even though I can earn premium on them, I don't want them to get called away, so I just sit on them. GRWG, I thought this was going to be a great pick. I thought it was hydroponics. I mean, it is hydroponics, but I thought this will be my cannabis stock that's not tied to regulatory issues. It'll just keep going up, and of course, it just goes down. Goes to show you, no matter how smart you are, you can still be wrong in this market. It doesn't care how smart you are. So you gotta spread out a little bit. That's why I want more sectors. That's why I want that CLF trade. Let's go look at that CLF again. But they're at the all-time high. Hate that they're at the all-time high. Well, now they're down $1. Hey, looks like I called it a little bit on that one. They're down $1.25. I'm glad I didn't put that in. I would have gotten in at $1.08. Now I can get $1.44 for the same put. Obviously, I just want to go further out of the money. But I want to let this play out for a couple days. But I want to get back in the CLF. Hey guys, it's 9:42. We've only got 3 more minutes. You guys have not given me anything to talk about. That's your fault, not mine. Just having fun with you guys. You guys know we got a Discord channel. I've given out the links a few times. If you don't have an invite to the Discord channel and you want one, let me know in the live chat. Next time, show up with some stocks you want to talk about. Otherwise, I'm just a guy talking in a room to myself. It feels weird, let me tell you. I'm getting used to it, to be honest with you. I know that some of you guys are listening. And then maybe there's only 4, 5, 10 people on a call, but I see that afterwards about 200, 300 people watch my video, which is fantastic. I wish I could do it at a better time for you guys, but we do it before the market opens for a reason. And once it gets about 9:45, 10 o'clock, I just get too tired to work with you guys. But I'll tell you what, it's really good. Today this whole week I've been sick. Not the whole week, but this weekend. I've been sick, and so today I felt really lazy. I've also had a lot of neck pain from being on the computer too much, sitting in the chair too much while being sick. So I didn't feel like doing the work that I was supposed to do today, but having this channel forces me to be here for you guys. So even though I was sick, even though I had muscle pain, joint pain, sitting in a chair, neck pain, carpal tunnel from the monitor pain, I still did this channel for you guys so that you guys can learn and benefit from this. If you guys aren't benefiting from this, what are you doing wrong? Because I'm literally showing you the trades that I'm doing. I'm walking you through the thought process. You're seeing the major parts of the analysis. The rest of it goes out to just researching the product and the company, and all that stuff takes more time. And I honestly do a lot of it through YouTube. I watch other people talk about it, their research. You gotta get good at that. You gotta figure out, how do you figure out who are the real people who are not just hype, go, awesome, this is gonna be great. No, you ignore that. You ignore the guys that give out all those emotional keywords to try and pump you up and make you feel good. You ignore those guys. You want to get the boring engineering type guys who really talk about the numbers and the analysis on companies, and use their information and their knowledge to help speed up your process of analyzing a company. Because I'll tell you, man, you find some really great trades if you listen to the right people. Speaking of the right people, you can obviously subscribe to my channel. But I hope you guys are benefiting from this. If you're not, I am. I'm making money on the same trades that I'm showing you guys. So how can you not be making money by watching my channel? And all I ask is that you guys subscribe, check out some of our sponsors, but also share the channel with your friends and chat in the live chat. It's much more fun for me. It's less fun if you guys aren't in the live chat. Meanwhile, I'm going to watch Cleveland Cliff come down. Just because I think it's just price action. I think it's people just taking profit. I think it's still a great company. So that's why I want to let it play out a little bit. I don't like to sell puts or buy shares when it's at its all-time high. It looks like if it gets back down to 22, that's probably when I'll look for it to turn back around again. Let's let it play out. Today's only Monday. Let's revisit it on Wednesday. By the way, Wednesday is already scheduled. You guys can go through the channel, click the set reminder button. I don't know actually how you find the live stuff, but it's there for you guys, okay? So click that set reminder, and I will see you 8:45 a.m. on Wednesday. Everything else, check the description below. We've got a tip jar. We've got our sponsors. And thank you guys. And now it's up to you guys to help this channel grow. Just share it. That's all I need you guys to do. Share it on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, wherever you've got followers and friends. Share it, because Facebook puts me in jail now. By the way, yeah, if I share the channel anywhere, even on my own Facebook group, it says it says I'm spamming and it's not community approved. It's against their standards, blah blah blah, and then it locks me out of posting in groups for 3 days. So I can't promote my channel anymore, guys. I actually need you guys to do it for me. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Good luck trading. I'll see you on Wednesday. Cheers.